Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a damp Tuesday again. A lot of rain heading up north, add to the flooding, unfortunately. So watch out for that up there, guys. Yeah, thank you everybody that came in the stream on Sunday. Absolutely brilliant night again. Lots of fun, lots of giggles, no clowns. Um, Thank you, Dan, for giving me the opportunity the last couple of weeks to take over your Sunday slot. We'll get there. Yeah, it's been great, and thank you guys for sticking with us. Um, I've got a bit to say on some of the protests in a bit, but first of all, today the council COVID inquiry 2.0 beyond Partygate. Now this is still ongoing. Um, Yesterday it was what was his name, Martin Reynolds, um, who was the personal secretary, I believe, to the PM at the time that we know was Bojo, and openly admitted that he was passing on emails, messages between various parties and the PM. And yeah, they showed some of the emails during the inquiry. I won't bother going all that. Everybody can go and look into that. There's plenty of videos out there on it. But this one isn't about Partygate. It's about lockdowns, the reactions of the government to the pandemic, and what it meant for us, basically. But he said he's just a go-between. Well, I don't believe that. He said the messages were sent to him and he was passing them on. But he did say some had gone missing and were being deleted. But I mean, he was talking about the Cobra meetings. What was the other group that they put together that were a waste of time? Sage. And he openly said that they were panicking, they didn't know what they were doing, and they were running around basically like headless chickens. So I think he's one that's going to be thrown under the bus, because we know none of the bigger ones will. But yeah, it was all a big panic according to him. But today is going to be quite an interesting one, to be honest, because it's Dominic Cummings' turn. And we know what he had to say last time. So he's got a lot of dirt on them, he reckons, or so he says. So, Hancock, you're up soon. You better be careful. And Hancock is that scared of what's coming, he actually tried to get legal protection, get immunity to himself from it all. That just shows how deep this lot goes. But it is going to get very interesting, and it's also going to get very, very messy. Trouble is, it's hiding a lot of stuff. And now they've got to dig. But I'll leave that there because it's an ongoing inquiry. And I will be following that today. I know it's boring, but I want to see what's going on and what's being said. But now, moving on. The Mets. Oh dear. Rowley meeting with Braverman. Well, it all seems about the main protest in London and what they're going to do about it. I mean, she said there was tens of thousands on the street in London. Yes, there was. And these protests, as you can see. But these protests are basically illegal, is what she's saying. And that the police should do their job. they have operational autonomy, and we've seen how they use that, don't we? We've seen it quite a few times, and not just now. We've seen it worse against the Brits, but nowhere near as much against this lot protesting in London now. But they want more laws. They want more laws to deal with it. Well, I thought the new laws on protests were passed some time ago. And there's plenty of laws in there to deal with protests if they wanted to. But on this instance, they choose not to. Now, Braverman said they will look into giving some new laws, just like they did with Just Stop Oil. And where has that got us? They've put in place that Just Stop Oil, for certain things, can get prison terms. They can also be fined heavily. Yet we see the ones that are up the gantry on the M25 bringing motorway system to a standstill, basically. Walked away from court with no jail time. What does that tell you? How's that working for you, Braverman? It's not. All it's doing is showing up how much the Met don't care about us. Same as you. You know, you've only got to watch them. All these new laws to deal with Just Stop Oil, and they walk up politely behind them. Would you mind please moving, sir? Or madam? Grab them by the fucking neck. Drag them off the fucking roads. That's the way to do it. But basically, in a nutshell, I think the police are scared and would rather go after British protesters that are in the minority at these things and arrest them, because it's a far easier, safer target for them. That's what I see. Where the real trouble is, they're not bothering. They're taking soft targets. And so what's the next move? Well, we won't know till next weekend, will we? When there's another big protest arranged, apparently. But the takeover of this country is well underway now. Well underway, unfortunately. I don't like to say it. But unfortunately, it's something we've got to accept. And it's all being assisted by the government. There is some more debates coming up in the House. Obviously the excess deaths one, which could put a spanner in the works of this COVID inquiry a bit. But hey, I will be looking at what's going on out there. But one thing I did take, going back to the inquiry, was with what one of the committee said. He said the response from the government was a bit like the reaction in the Jaws movie, if you remember that, where the mayor was told about the dangers. He shut the beaches, and then because he was losing money, he reopened the beaches, incurring more deaths, all through his actions. Anybody else seeing the same sort of thing happened today, lately, recently? Just a thought for people. Just food for thought. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'd just like to say again, thank you for everybody coming on the lives the last couple of weekends. All I wanted to do was give you somewhere to come and chat like you normally do on a Sunday. And those that wanted to do that came in, and absolutely brilliant. Hopefully normal service will be resumed this week, with Pap live on Sunday and mine on a Friday. But as always, until then, thank you for the support of this channel. We're over 500 subs now. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, and until tomorrow, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay free. respects people.